Welcome to Quantum Mechanics. My name is Brant Carlson. Since this is the first lecture on quantum mechanics, we ought to have some sort of an introduction. And what I want to do to introduce quantum mechanics is to explain, first of all, why it's necessary, and second of all, to put it in historical context to, I'll show one of the most famous photographs in all of physics that really gives you a feel for the brain power that went into the construction of this theory. And hopefully we'll put it in some historical context as well, so you can understand where it fits in the broader philosophy of science. But the main goal of this lecture is about the need for quantum mechanics, which I really ought to just have called, Why Do We Need Quantum Mechanics? This subject has a reputation for being a little bit annoying, so why do we bother with it? Well, first off, for some historical context, imagine yourself back in 1900. Turn of the century, science has really advanced a lot. We have electricity, we have all this fabulous stuff that electricity can do, and even almost 100 years before that, physicists thought they had things figured out. There's a famous quote from Laplace: "Given for one instant an intelligence which could comprehend all the forces by which nature is animated, and the respective position of the beings which compose it, nothing would be uncertain, and the future, as the past, would be present to its eyes." Now, maybe you think intelligence which can comprehend all the forces of nature is a bit of a stretch. And maybe such a being which can know all the respective positions of everything in the universe is a bit of a stretch as well. But the feeling at the time was that if you could do that, you would know everything. If you had perfect knowledge of the present, you could predict the future. And of course you can infer what happened in the past. And everything is connected by one unbroken chain of causality. Now, in 1903, Albert Michelson, another famous quote from that time period, said, "The more important fundamental laws and facts of physical science have all been discovered. Our future discoveries must be looked for in the 6th place of decimals." Now, this sounds rather audacious. This is 1903, and he thought that the only thing that we had left to nail down was the part in a million level precision. Well, to be fair to him, he wasn't talking about never discovering new fundamental laws of physics. He was talking about really astonishing discoveries like the discovery of Uranus on the basis of orbital perturbations of Neptune. Never having seen the planet Uranus before, they figured out that it had to exist just by looking at things that they had seen. That's pretty impressive. And Michelson was really onto something. Precision measurements are really, really useful, especially today. But back in 1903, it wasn't quite so simple, and Michelson probably regretted that remark for the rest of his life. The attitude that I want you guys to take when you approach quantum mechanics, though, is not this sort of 1900s notion that everything is predicted. It comes from Shakespeare. Horatio says, "One, oh day and night, but this is wondrous strange," to which Hamlet replies one of the most famous lines in all of Shakespeare, "And therefore as a stranger give it welcome,